Faith is an often misunderstood and honestly challenging idea, because this is not one that the Western followers of God have understood well, generally speaking. It's what I would call a lazy faith, inactive a lot of the time, that to believe alone is how we show faith. We do nobody any favors wearing soft gloves on this one, I don't think. It really has created some messy issues in the church throughout history. The reason: faith in the Eastern context is not merely believing. The Greek word pistis, which sounds unfortunate to the English speakers among us, and its variants are always tied to action. And the Reformed tradition pushes back hard here. Now, that's works, though. You can't earn salvation. No. But the evidence of faith is shown in action. James was extremely clear on this in chapter 2 of his book, speaking to Jerusalem, who were the capital of debate on this very subject. But someone will say, "You have faith, I have deeds. Show me your faith without deeds, and I will show you my faith by my deeds. You believe that there is one God. Good. Even the demons believe that and shudder." James is not mincing words here. He continues in verses 20 through 24. The pinnacle of faith defined in the Jewish tradition was the Aada, which we say is the binding of Isaac. And there's a zeal and willingness here, however forced and hard it might have been for Abraham to bring himself to that point. But he's loyal in an intense, irrational way, we might say. It's a zealous action. And Abraham would actually have been disobedient not going to that extreme. Yikes. That's truly the nature of what loyal faith calls us to. A key point that really makes it unavoidable. Again, pistis, this Greek word for faith, it equally means faithfulness. You can't show faithfulness without faithfully doing something. I know to the folks who do and say, simply believe on Christ and pray. Think this is a favor to non-believers and getting them in the door by simply believing alone. I would contest no. You don't really have a leg to stand on in light of the whole text. Works are consistently demanded alongside faith in the Old and New Testament to show, hey, that faith, that loyalty is real. It's pretty clear. And I think the greater evil is a person hoping to push people through the gates of heaven with lazy faith versus an act of loyalty to God, as though that somehow does God a favor. This is no different than empty belief, which Israel and the early church saw plenty of. Recall, I don't want your sacrifices. I want obedience. I delight in loyalty rather than sacrifice. And again, to do righteousness and justice is more desirable to me than sacrifice. It's inseparable. Loyally following the call of God beats lazy faith every time.